Reasonable people can agree the crisis at our southern border keeps getting worse. It's so bad, President Biden started bringing back Trump-era policies that during the campaign he called racist. February's numbers are worse than January's, with 212,000 people coming across that Border Patrol processed. Many, if not most of those, got released into the United States. And this number doesn't count all of the gotaways, the people who we know came across but escaped and evaded. It only adds to the 5 million or so that have come across since President Biden took office. And it unquestionably contributes to the fentanyl crisis that's killing more young Americans than anything else. So today's hearing with DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas gave Republican senators a real opportunity to ask tough questions to the man in charge and put him on the political griddle. And predictably, the Republican senators screwed it up.
And you won't acknowledge responsibility. My constituents are saying, who's accountable? Who's accountable? Who's paying a price? Who got fired? Well, you haven't been fired. You should be fired.
Know how many died?
I do not.
You do not. Of course you don't. I know how many died. 853. Let's look at CBP encounters. You can see 500,000, 500,000. It drops to the lowest level, and boom, what happens? You show up. But look what has happened under your policy. When you open up the border to the worst illegal immigration in our nation's history, people die. Mr. Secretary, I want to say to you right now, your behavior is disgraceful, and the deaths, the children assaulted, the children raped, they are at your feet, and if you had integrity, you would resign.
Mayorkas will neither resign, nor does President Biden appear ready to fire him. Republicans certainly don't have the votes to impeach him, and they wasted their opportunity to get real answers from him that could have exposed the truth about Mr. Biden's border disaster. Chad Wolfe knows what it's like to be on the other side of such theatrics, acting Homeland Security Secretary under President Trump. It's good to see you, as always. In a weird way, if you're sitting there on the hot seat, you were in that same seat when there were Democrats questioning you. When the senators start yelling at you and eating up their time, it's kind of a gift, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, obviously, when you get those types of questions, you want to be able to respond. You want to be able to answer. I was always fortunate to have the facts on my side. And I think, for Secretary Mayorkas, it doesn't appear that the facts are on his side. So he tries to explain. He tries to really go into detail on some of these questions. But many of these members are frustrated. You got to remember, Leland, it's been over 2 years since we've had some real oversight, and say they want some very basic answers. And I think the secretary has shown himself over 24 months is he can really draw out a question pretty well and chew up the time. And I think some of the members have been frustrated with that as well.
Yeah, I get it. And I also get that they're trying to get clips to use in campaign commercials and tweet out to raise money and try to get on Hannity tonight. At the same time, you know this topic better than anybody. If those senators had really wanted to put him on the hot seat and ask some tough questions that would have really exposed what's happening, what would the questions have been?
Well, look, I think they asked some good questions. This isn't rocket science. We've been at this now for 2 years, and most of the American people understand that the policies of this administration have fueled the crisis that we are currently experiencing. And so what they want to see is they want to see some leadership. They want to see a path and a vision and a strategy to bring this crisis under control. And so when you have the secretary there who's unable to answer some very basic questions, such as how many migrants have died in DHS custody coming across that border and in that river, and he can't answer basic questions, I think it goes to the issue of credibility as well as leadership. And I think, I don't know if I watched some of it as everyday Americans did. I think that was on display here. And I think that's what some of at least on the Republican side, what they were trying to do to say that the secretary is out of step with the American people on how to resolve a crisis. Again, it's a crisis that they created that they're unwilling to take the hard decisions to solve at the end of the day.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.